Hey everyone, and welcome to the daily card for March 18th of 2025, Tuesday. So always with these, take a resonance and what doesn't. I'm using my intuition today, and I'm at the bus stop, so apologies for the excess noise around me, but here we go. So I'm getting there's a lot of transportation needs that need to be met, a lot of transitioning through houses and finances and home life and gains and losses throughout this. So demotions, promotions, getting hired, getting fired, changing jobs, changing positions, changing place to place, transient lives. Bohemian style people might be benefited right now because of the fact that they'd be more used to this. There's a lot of universal laws that need to be followed, a lot of back and forth energy going on due to the previous few days. It does feel like it's changing in energy, but it's going to take some time to actually settle. So once the energy actually settles, you'll be fine. Remember that a washed pot never boils, and a boiling pot you cannot see clearly through a boiling pot. So watch your anger, watch your regulation, and make sure that you take care of yourself first and foremost. Take care of your mental health and your education. Take care of your short journeys, like short trips within town, less than 5 hours away, somewhere that is going to cause a lot of inner peace for you. Travel there. Working on your inner peace and your inner sanctity, especially with Asian gods and quote demons end quote. Wish makers and wish granters like mermaids and jinns and genies and some forms of vampires as well. There's going to be a lot of wishes being fulfilled and a lot of wishes being made. So make sure that you accept the consequences of the wish you made. I know that your wish is going to be granted in the way that you asked, though it may not be in the way you expect. So just be aware of expectations, and learning the laws of cause and effect will help you with that immensely. There's a lot of Leo energies here, not necessarily Leo signs, but dramatic, strongly opinionated, one-sided, double standards, hypocritical, fierce, thespianistic, acting, putting on a strong front, actually acting, saying one thing meaning another, veiled attempts to make you understand instead of coming out right. Work on your transparency. Work on what you choose. You do have autonomy. There are consequences to every action and inaction. There's a lot of magicians and magic going on, a lot of sorcery and Bane style type energies here. So just be aware of what your weakness is and make that your strength. Work on your comprehension skills and your processing skills. Work on your mental health. Work on your depression or your anxiety and get that leveled. Once you level out your anxiety and your depression, you should be fine, as long as you keep in the mindset that not many things are permanent. So this too shall pass, this too shall change. Time may not heal the wound, but it will give you time to figure out what will. Being able to better understand black and white thinking and logical fallacies like straw man and Dunning-Kruger and Schrodinger's douchebag, covert narcissism, malignant narcissism, and victimized narcissism are going to be prominent over grandiosity today. But be aware of ego attachments, be aware of your attachments to things. Work on your separation anxiety, work on your triggers, work on your glimmers as well, which is the opposite of a trigger. Find the silver lining without watering down the truth, and stick to the truth no matter if it makes you look bad or they look bad. Make sure that when you're dealing with authority and you're speaking to authority, you speak with respect, even if they don't speak with respect back. Be willing to take the consequences. Know your laws, know your rights. Know the protocol. There's a lot of higher education that's needed. Like, educate yourself before you talk about it. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, kind of a deal. There's a lot of challenges and turmoil going on right now due to competition and conflict and perception bias. There's a little bit of relativity bias and quite a bit of empathy bias for those that are people pleasers. Watch for empathy versus apathy versus sympathy versus ennui. There's a lot of like sarcasm and dry deadpan wit and sarcastic humor to cover up something or another. Make sure where you're coming off people sideways. Make sure you can catch how other people perceive you, even though it may not be how you perceive it. And learn to roll with the punches. Remember to bend your knees when you land. And keep your legs straight in the water, but do not lock your knees. This goes with subconscious work, astral projection, remote viewing, swimming, skydiving, free falling, cliff hanging, cliff diving, rock climbing, free running, etc. Make sure you get your physical exercise as well as your mental stimulation to be able to help you stitch together a plan and help you relax enough. Because a strong mind creates a strong body, and a strong body creates a strong soul, and a strong soul creates a strong person. And a strong person is born strong, though they may forget at time to time, just like we all forget, and we're all human, and we're all learning the same experience, basically. Learn through parallel lives, and learn through like watching TV or listening to music and paralleling it to your life. Like, that character reminds me of when I did this, or that character reminds me of my mom. That character reminds me of my favorite food. Like, for example, if you watch, say, Family Guy, and they bring out iced tea, and you're like, oh, that reminds me of when my great grandma used to make iced tea and sun tea. So working through all that, and then also, like, for an example, reading a book about abandonment, and you see that the little girl is left alone on the rock, and you feel like you've been a little girl left alone on a rock, for instance. Not necessarily those examples, but something similar will help you take off and help you land a proper achievement. So you may be thinking you know what you want, and you may know what you want, but you need to act with conviction and purpose, otherwise you're not going to get it. Listen to your clairaudience, listen to your telepath, reassert your boundaries when needed, and learn to loosen up a bit when you feel like your boundaries have been violated, because that's an isolation and a betrayal wound, because you have to isolate yourself, and some of us isolate ourselves, and then the betrayal wound because of the disrespect. Working on your root chakra and your sacral chakra will help. So work on your comfort, your security, your protection, your safety, your control, your manipulation, your charisma, your determination, your focus, and your sexual energy. Just tone down the testosterone levels, or the adrenaline levels, or the estrogen levels. Work on your digestive issues when you have anxiety attacks, or work on finding out what physical ailments come from stress and anxiety, and work toward emotional regulation. That's what I'm getting, and spiritual regulation the same way. But that's what I'm getting for March 18th, Tuesday of 2025 for the collective. As always with these, take a resonance, leave it doesn't. My link will be in the description below if you'd like a personalized read. Thank you.